YouTube gurus have turned into the equivalent of crypto pump and dump scammers. These gurus tweet or post YouTube videos about new viral niches, telling you all to go make channels in them and that you'll make lots of money because, trust me bro, or because they have a totally legit screenshot of some YouTube analytics. Not really, it's all fake. Like this thumbnail for a YouTube Shorts course, which is missing a comma on the estimated revenue number, or like this channel, How to AI, who has over 300k subs, and yet this video called How I Make Monetizable Shorts appears to be a lie, because when the video starts, he shows somebody else's channel where they upload stolen content, and then he uses a set of YouTube analytics to claim that that channel makes 10k per month, which is also a lie, because this screenshot is from a different channel. Interestingly, it looks like it's actually from his own channel, How to AI, which you can see because he slightly blurred his own logo in the top right corner. At no point in this video does he prove he's ever grown and monetized the Shorts channel, and this trend occurs not only on a lot of his videos, but lots of other people's YouTube automation videos as well. Here's another video where How to AI lies about YouTube analytics and makes a totally fake screenshot. I mean, just look at it. It says gained 2.79 million subscribers and 5.3 million views. If this screenshot was real, which it's obviously not because there's a revenue box here, but if you look above, there's no individual revenue tab to click on, it would mean over 50% of viewers subscribe from one video, which never happens. Getting even 10% of viewers subscribing is almost impossible. As far as I can tell, the only real evidence he has of ever growing a YouTube channel is his channel about growing YouTube channels, but he claims in his videos and in his channel description, and I quote, "I've founded and grown multiple faceless pages to hundreds of thousands of subscribers, it's easy." Which, who knows, maybe that is true and he just doesn't want to show them publicly, which is fine because I understand not wanting the extra competition, but he is actively lying to his audience in his videos about the other people's channels that he features, so what's to make us think that he's not doing the same thing when it comes to his own channels that he claims to have grown? And this trend of deception goes across the whole AI YouTube guru niche. You guys know what I'm talking about. You can see it with Easy Actually videos, with Why It Sucks videos, with Boring History for Sleep videos, and on and on and on. But what actually happens is, as you can see from this example, is tens of thousands of people watch that video about a viral niche, and then hundreds of people start making the exact same AI slop content within the space of a week or two, and only the first 2 or 3 channels get any views, and the rest get 0. Hence, this is effectively a pump and dump scam, because you lose money from paying YouTube gurus for AI courses about how to copy and paste viral YouTube niches, and you lose money from paying for subscriptions for 11 Labs, ChatGPT, and whatever other AI tools you use which were recommended to you by the AI YouTube guru whose affiliate link you use to subscribe to those AI tools. Guys, you are being sold a false promise by people who most of the time haven't grown a channel in the niche they're talking about, or have never actually grown a channel at all, other than the YouTube channel that they're posting videos on about how to grow YouTube channels. So I'm going to set the record straight here and say, yes, you really can still make money on YouTube today, and despite everything I just said, no, niche saturation doesn't exist as long as you do these 3 things. Oh, and if you're wondering why you should listen to a slightly angry bald guy on the internet, I've monetized over a dozen channels over the last 8 years, I've gotten hundreds of millions of long-form video views, and I work with some of the largest creators on YouTube, like Simon Whistler, and if you don't believe me, here is a bunch of my YouTube channel analytics, some welcome invitations to YPP, my Google AdSense account, and if you click the link at the top of the description, you can watch Simon's video about me. There are several components that, when combined correctly, make a YouTube video unique. These components are video structure, video medium, video concept, video theme, and then the age, language, gender, and vibe of the YouTuber's persona. And that goes for both talking head and faceless videos. So when we want to make a new video, we can split these components by how large of a diversion they make from the original niche when you change them, and interestingly, that diversion is usually heavily correlated with how successful your video and channel will be, if you do it tactically, which we'll come on to in a couple of minutes. Anyway, when people say a niche is saturated, what's actually happening is everyone has copied the same composition of those 7 components. That's not niche saturation, that's clone saturation. That's why games like Minecraft feel really oversaturated, because it's the same games being played in the same format, in English, by a nerdy kid who has the same vibe as everyone else, which is a mix of social awkwardness and enthusiasm. But the second you make a big change to one or more of those components, particularly the stronger diverging components, everything changes and your channel will erupt in popularity quickly, and that happens for 2 reasons. Firstly, people love novelty. It's easy for audiences to fatigue when they're overloaded with the same content over and over. So a novel change to the existing content but on a new channel is enough to make people refreshed and excited to watch again. But the second reason is the avatar connectivity between the viewer and the YouTuber. When you change gender or vibe or age or language, you now have the possibility to capture a different avatar of viewer who assimilates, aka relates, to the YouTuber persona, aka the avatar being shown in the video. That's why it's common to see new women's channels in in an existing male-dominated niche blow up, like those two sisters who play chess, or like Nisha in the finance niche. These channels do incredibly well, not just because they hit a new avatar, which the existing channels fail to do, but because once they become popular with the new avatar, in this case female chess players or women interested in personal finance, those channels start to cannibalize viewers from the existing audience in the male-dominated niche, because those people are desperate for novelty. So at a bare minimum, if you're going to copy an existing viral niche, at least change the avatar's gender and age group. Now, for content with voiceovers and no on-screen human talent, that's very easy to change, and is a low-level diversion from the niche, so that variation of the niche will get saturated really quickly. So a better strategy, which has more longevity to it, is to vary the video structure, medium, concept, theme, or vibe, all in a way that the various components of the video still make logical sense when you fit them together. For example, the why it sucks to be an animal or fictional character concept could be spun off into the political space, and you could do a channel making videos about why it sucks to be a certain political figure, or a person living in a country currently at war. Now, because you've changed the video theme, this allows you to move away from the current video medium in the why it sucks niche, which is animation, which is expensive and slow to produce. So now you have two high-impact diversions away from the original niche in both video medium and video theme, and whilst you do that, depending on how you market your videos and how the script is written, you could actually start hitting a new viewer avatar. No, not the big blue fuckers or the bald kid with the arrow on his head. I mean, instead of targeting teenagers and young adults, you could completely shift towards an older audience, which gets you a higher RPM and better viewer retention. When you take this approach, it's less likely to be copied because it's less likely to be noticed because no AI YouTube guru has made a video on it yet. So now you have plenty of time to put together a team, make a pilot, start posting, and dial in your video style and grow the channel because there's no competition. Do you see what I'm getting at here? Everyone is complaining that YouTube is oversaturated and saying that's why it's impossible to grow a channel. But surely the implication there is if we instead transfer an existing video concept or format into a different suitable topic, you would almost be guaranteed to grow. And you can do this with video structure as well. So if everyone is making videos of 10 to 12 minutes long in the, why it sucks niche or whatever, then you could just switch to focusing on why it sucks to be a specific animal at a specific moment in time, or a specific person, or during a specific event. Or you could just change the video length from 12 minutes down to 60 seconds, or up to 60 minutes. Okay, so what have we discussed so far? We've made some small diversions where we stay in the same niche, but change the on-screen avatar or video structure. We've also considered some large diversions where you take the video concept and place it into a different topic or different theme of content. One of my clients recently used this exact principle of low and high divergence from viral niches, and his channel blew up and got monetized with only just 4 videos posted. So if you're still struggling to find and start the right channel to grow and you want a no-nonsense approach, click the link in the description and I will personally teach you one-to-one on call the right system to use to help you carve out a uniquely angled channel that doesn't get stuck competing with all of the AI slop copy-paste clones. And don't get me wrong here, AI can be a useful tool in video production when it's used to supplement your own ideation as a creative companion, not to fully replace humans. Anyway, the third thing you can do instead of watching AI YouTube guru videos telling you to start in a specific viral niche is to actually go to the source and get there first, i.e. find the first viral video before the AI YouTuber makes a video about it. That way, when you start making content, you'll have a few weeks head start. I use a combination of TubeLab and my own research on YouTube directly to do this. If you haven't heard of TubeLab, that's probably because YouTube gurus don't want to promote it because it actually gives you a really big advantage in finding niches quickly. But luckily for you guys, I don't really care, so I'm going to show you how it works. Essentially, TubeLab lets you create filters to sort through YouTube videos for new breakout niches so you can isolate channels that have very recently taken off. I do this via the views subs multiplier, which is a really good measure of finding new channels that have blown up because they likely don't have a sub count yet that matches how many views their first video got. However, this is a double-edged sword because if the multiplier is stupidly high, like 20 times, and they have more than 5 videos posted, then they likely aren't converting views into subs, which usually means their content is spammy, fake news, or against YouTube's TOS in some way. So be conscious of that when selecting filters. Then I also go for an average of 20k views plus because there's very few niches that are profitable below that level. Then finally, I exclude channels that I don't want to see by adding a bunch of different tags. This just helps me filter out all of the botted channels and all of the channels that will eventually get banned at some point for being against YouTube's TOS. So TubeLab gives me a quick view into what's going viral on YouTube right now, and through its outliers function, I can actually get insight into what title and thumbnail combinations are actually working. Then I can go to YouTube itself to start mapping out the niche in more detail, and critically what I'm looking for here is, has the new niche I found been copied copied already in that exact model? More often not, the answer to that is yes, meaning it's only a matter of time before lots of other people do because an AI guru will post a video about it, therefore you shouldn't bother creating a channel in that space. If they haven't, then I might consider doing it, but only because I have a video production team in place that I can mobilize super quickly and within a few days start making videos. But even so, I always try to find at least 1 or 2 video components that I can diverge on to add some novelty, and ideally I'll find some good angles of high divergence which gives my channel originality, because then I don't have to compete with other YouTube automation guys when they find the original viral channel. And I can use TubeLab to help me find those different angles that are divergent which might work for the niches I found. I've linked TubeLab below if you want to try it out for yourself. Now, this video is not sponsored by TubeLab, but the link in the description is an affiliate link. So if you don't want to pay for a custom tool, that's fine. You can do this process manually. It will just take a lot more time. The main thing you have to realize when you're looking for existing niches to start channels in is the YouTube algorithm follows this oligopoly and incumbent bias model. That's an economic term which basically means a small number of channels, usually less than 5, holds the vast majority of views. That means if you're outside that little group, you will get exponentially less views for every additional channel that posts videos in that niche. Hence, if you're not first to the party, you lose. Just like in a crypto pump and dump scam. Do you see what I mean?